Good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be here. And it's refreshing to hear about what Gillian and Bill has been doing in the racing jurisdiction. And I would love to take this opportunity today to also talk about what we're doing in the Hong Kong Jockey Club. And it's very much a journey that we are marching on. Bit yesterday or today, we heard about the challenge that's being faced by the business across the world now, right? And it's actually a challenge that we see, which is more pronounced in also in our industry. And it is about the issue of attracting new audiences. How do we actually deepen regular engagement? And I'm talking about regular engagement. So it's beyond one event, one entertainment. And how do we actually can stay culturally relevant in a world of abundant choices? As you heard it from yesterday as well as today, the reality is customers today is very much facing with lots of competing demand of their time and also attention. And also in the global experience marketplace, there's so many opportunity for them to spend the money and also share the social currency. So what I'm going to show later today is do a double click in terms of the approach that we're taking in the Hong Kong Jockey Club. And it's a very structured way in which how we look at amplifying the experience orchestration around on-course, off-course, and also digital touchpoints. So really, let's start with the issue that we see. And it's if we want to broaden our fan base, we really need to have a clear diagnosis of what exactly is the issue. Historically, raising touchpoints were designed more for efficiency. It is about how to actually navigate through a race course, access information, and also moving around spaces and also completing tasks, which is more clearly and consistently. It works at a point of time. It's still a really important element, but it's just not enough. In a world of abundant options and choices, raising experience has to do more than just functioning. They have to be magnetic. It is about how do we actually get our customers and the audience to feel educated, to feel entertained, and they actually want to stay, they also want to return, and also they want to share. So in reality is the choices is up. The trust is actually coming down. But also is the social currency very much is a form of discretionary expenditure. So the first step in which we do is to rethink about a competitive set. Today, we're not only competing with other sports. The reality is we're facing direct competition 24/7 in a marketplace which is algorithmically powered live entertainment, gaming, streaming, social content, whatnot, and all designed to capture time, people's attention, and also the share of mind. So as a result, the realities of today, the audience are much more selective in terms of how they want to spend their time. And the expectation is very much shared by the experience they get, which has to be easy to enter, personally rewarding, and also is worth sharing with the friends and families. So put this in perspective, in Hong Kong, penetration in terms of the internet and digital is 283%. And the usage of internet very much split between the Western and Chinese social media platforms. Among Gen Z, influencer trust is no longer the first things people actually go to. Almost twice as many people favor customers' reviews. Over 75% of people actually use Xiaohongshu, which is the new little red book. And that's actually is the first step in which they look for discovery. So it's not KOL driven. It is not media driven. It's very much human experiences authentically expressed. So I really think that it's fair to say in today's world, the experience is about the marketing. So our challenge becomes how to actually pivot from the way we look at venues, channels, touchpoint, to a much more experience-driven mindset. So our approach is really to create the reason to engage, right? So the multiple touchpoints into the sports, different depth of engagement, so people can participate in the way that suits their time, their preferences, and they feel confident and also interested to actually keep coming back. So across this experience system, the intention is very, very consistent. One is how to actually reduce friction, make it easy, make racing easier to understand and also easier to enter. But also we increase the pool, which is creating experience that worth people to spend the time and worth sharing. So to do that, we've actually designed our experience holistically, orchestrating on-course, off-course, and digital touchpoint around customers' journey, not around the channels that we have. So first, on-course. we are making the race day a chosen destination, not just a place to watch a race. It is about a social, immersive, and welcoming environment that people actually find a reason that they want to attend, they want to stay longer, and they also want to share, but remain grounded in the theater of sports. So at Happy Valley, spaces like Beat and Vantage brings elevated social energy to a race day. So what we did is we combined a live racing with atmosphere, music, and contemporary food and drinks. So it's actually designed to feel intuitive and also engaging, especially for the younger audience. They actually want to feel that a night at the race is actually almost like a race, is almost like a night out. So let's take a look. So this is actually what Casma mentioned yesterday, which is our Happy Wednesday, in which we do every single Wednesday. And you actually give you the vibe that we are creating to create that atmosphere of it is a night out, coupled with exciting racing. Not only that, you see a glimpse of that earlier, is we also created AI tools so that it actually translates raising information into much more accessible formats. So I help people to actually build the confidence and also participate without the need to have deep prior knowledge. So let's take a quick look at our AI tool. So not only that, and together, also in Sha-Tin, the Champions Connection is the main grandstand, creates an engaging, educational, and highly shareable video experience, transforming how racing introduces itself to its new visitors and especially tourists, and changing a race day's journey. So if we look across what we have done in Happy Valley as well as Sharting, we've basically revived the physical asset that we have. And also when we put all these things together, we're creating something new, differentiated, and also more relevant to a broader audience. Next, we're also transforming the way in which we look at digital. We treat it as an experience layer. It's no longer just an extension of a race day. So we see it as have got three main purposes in terms of digital. One is how you enhance the live experience, adding context, clarity, and connecting where people actually is on track. Second, it gives them simplicity. So for people who actually want speed, ease, as well as frictionless participation. And also offers depth as well. So we've provided richer content, learning, engagement, so that you actually want to spend more time with the sport, be it on course and off course. So in other words, the way in which we integrate digital into everything that we have is we basically combine the engagement and efficient participation. And therefore, we've given people choices how they actually want to connect with racing. So in a nutshell, what I would want to share with you all is we look at digital on-course, off-course is an integration, how we want to take it forward from a customer experience perspective. It is not one initiative, and also is not one project. We actually is creating experience-first orchestration. The reality is people come to races for different reasons, right? Some is for the sports itself, some is for the social connection, some is because of tradition, or just for discovery. And we need to find ways to connect the destination venue as well as digital experience so that people actually can have different level experience when they actually look into this and they have a one coherent journey. And they actually can feel easier to join. Doesn't have to have lots of deep knowledge. Is easier to join, rewarding to stay, but also they want to share with their family and friends and also keep coming back. I would say that the specifics would be different for markets, but the reality is the challenge of how we capture attention and also repeated engagement from the audience is real. And I'm very much with Gil that what Gillian mentioned earlier is how do we actually transform the way in which we look at raising so that we are relevant to the customers we want to talk to. Thank you.